There we go. I guess this is on. Can't tell. Hey, Bruno. Shut your door, honey. I said shut your door. See if this is working. I don't know if this is working or not. Let's see here. There we go. We are live. Ooh, feedback. Let me cut that off. There's Josh. There's Gary. There's Bill. Good deal. Having a little technical difficulties here, making sure that everything's working okay. Yes, 2 times in a week. I'm actually just doing some tests here tonight. I've been working on this little live stream here on YouTube, trying to get everything worked out. So I thought I'd get on here tonight and do another trial run, see how it goes. YouTube changes this stuff up. Well, I did that live video Friday, and that's the first time I've done one in a long time, and YouTube has changed everything on here. You know, it's hard to keep up with all the changes on YouTube all the time. They change stuff all the time. There's Carl. How's it going, Carl? I'll be emailing you tomorrow, Carl. I didn't forget about you there, bud. Let me see here. A lot of people watching here tonight. Chris Jones in the United Kingdom. That's awesome. Good deal. But anyways, YouTube changes stuff up all the time. As soon as I get used to this format and the way things are working in the studio and all that stuff, they totally change things up and I have to start all over again. And it's just really, really aggravating. Okay, let me see here. Everything looks like it's running pretty good here though. Inspired me to get an LT50. Well, that's a nicer sawmill than I got. That's not fair. It's a good sawmill though. Let me see here. There's Duffield, Virginia, not too far away. Look over me if I miss your question, like I was saying, guys. It is extremely hard to keep up with this little chat window here and everything coming through. All right, temperatures, it's about 42 here in Tennessee, and it's been raining all weekend. It's just been a mess. Gosh, it's been a mess. I had the tractor out Friday doing some videoing and some stuff, and I just made a mud hole. I made it worse. There's my buddy Joe. There's Sneedville. I was in Sneedville a few weeks ago. It's a nice little country down there. All right. How many blades do I go through a year? I have no idea. I don't keep up with it, to be honest with you. Gosh, 0 degrees in Chicago. Shoot. There's Chris. He's in my town, it looks like. A good deal. Hi from Vermont. It's working pretty good here tonight, actually. I can kind of see what you guys are saying. A log would be too wet to mill? I doubt it. I've never heard that before. South Texas, 14 degrees. Shoot, a lot of people's getting pretty cold, it looks like. There's Larry up in Bristol. So hello from Georgia, Clarksville. The swamp ash, I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you. I don't know. That'd be a good question for a forester. And they watch this channel, they may pop in here and answer for us pretty soon. 7 degrees. Karen Creek, that was a good time, but I had a lot of stuff going on that week with some family obligations, and didn't get to hang out with Jeremy very much at all, to be honest with you. Well, there's my buddy Mike Morgan, everybody. Everybody watches outdoors at the Morgans, I'm assuming. The first super chat of the night, ready for spring. There ain't no doubt about that, Mike. It is wet and nasty here in Tennessee. It's just terrible. It's supposed to rain all week. Can't get a nice day here for some reason. But thanks for the super chat, Mike. I really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. 16 inches of snow. Gosh, everybody's getting hit right now with this terrible weather. Everybody in the States, at least. Let me see here. Yes, there's a guy named Chad Miano over in Virginia. He's a professional horse logger. We was going to do some stuff a while back, but I've gotten so busy, I'm not going to holler at those guys. Hello from Houston. The new kiln, I will tell you guys about that as soon as it gets here. It's a kiln. I will tell you that this kiln will dry 4 times the amount of wood that my current kiln will dry. So it will do up to 4,000 feet. Mine just does 1,000. 10 below. Man, everybody's freezing to death, it looks like. Everybody's wet and cold, it looks like. My goodness. Snow tomorrow. Hello, Knoxville, Washington. Let me see here. Hatchet handles. Yep, you gotta let that stuff dry, especially for a handle. Wet and nasty down there in Dollywood. My goodness. I guess it could be worse. All right, so got 168 people watching. Not too bad. Let me see here. A sinker log I have not. Most handles are made out of hickory. A lot of people use ash, but if you got a good abundance of it and use hardwood, it's going to last you a decent amount of time, I think, if the grain orientation is right. All right, Norway. Will that speed up the drying time for mantles? Mantles take years. They take, gosh, man, they take years to dry. You know, you saw up a mantle for somebody, a 4x6 or a 4x10, whatever size, it's going to be a long time before it's able to be used. All right, nice here in Florida, 82. Well, there you go. Somebody's got some good weather hitting them, it looks like. Tim, looks like he's got 4,000 feet of walnut coming out of the kiln. If anybody's looking to buy any walnut, Tim Fuller, retired with wood on Instagram. It looks like he's going to have about 4,000 feet to sell. Next on the sawmill is a lot of pine, and I'm trying to get the last components for the barn ready. My metal came in over the weekend, so be putting the roof on maybe this week if the rain holds off. We'll have to wait and see what happens though. Hello from Clemson, South Carolina. Yeah, maple dry for 2 years. Good sawmill to start out with. That depends on your budget and what you need. I would call Wood-Mizer and talk to them about that because it really depends on your budget. You know, I'd tell you get a 40 if you're going to start out on one, but you might not. Your wife might not agree with that. So it really depends on how much money you got to spend. Fancy burls? I do not. I don't have any burls. My cordless blower, I have no idea. If you go to Steele's website and type in the cordless blower, I'm sure you'll get those specs on there, though. I don't know how many volts it is. Hello from Virginia. The Grizzly Planer is really good. I really like it. It's a 20-inch helical head, 5 horsepower. It does a good job. Joe. Well, there's Barry with the super chat. Negative 32 Celsius in the sunshine here today. Shoo. Appreciate that, Barry. Where you at, Barry? I've talked to you before on here, but I cannot remember. I apologize for that. The timber frame barn is 30 by 42. Do you deliver slabs to the UK? I do not. I may start shipping them at some point, though. Haven't decided on that. I get emails every day. People want to know if I will sell them slabs and ship them out. And I may try to work on that eventually. Northern Ontario, Canada. Okay. See, it is pretty cold up there. Barry there, who done the super chat where he talks about being cold. He's in Canada, it looks like. Yes, get the commercial ones because that's what I have. I have the commercial blower and the commercial chainsaw. And man, they're great. They work really well. Let me see here. 200 people watching. That ain't too bad, I guess, for a little live here tonight. There's my friend Carolyn. Good to hear from you. I think everybody's ready for spring. We've had a really nasty winter here where I live. Usually we don't have a lot of snow. And hello, Robert. And there's been so much snow here. Not a lot of not a lot of accumulation, but just a lot of it. Just various snowstorms come through. It's been aggravating. Solar sawmills. I've never heard of a solar sawmill, so I don't have any advice on those. Cats are clawing at the door back here behind me. A solar sawmill, gosh, it will take a huge battery to run that sawmill on top of the solar panels. I guess somebody out there might be doing it. All right, the new kiln, it's not here yet. Solar kiln. If they were talking about a solar kiln, I have no experience with a solar kiln either. I've never had one before. I know people that run them, but they have a lot of trouble in the wintertime. They just pretty much sit there non-productive. It's like a spring and summer deal on those most of the time. Hi from the UK. Are there any human-powered sawmills? There's probably a pit saw out there somewhere. Somebody's probably still operating. More power to them. Good Lord, that'd be a lot of work right there. Illinois, Oak Ridge. Good deal. A lot of people watching here tonight. So, hello from Little Rock. Well, now kilns efficient for drying turning blades. I don't know the answer to that. That's a good question for now. If you get on their Instagram, I know the guys who run their Instagram, their Facebook, and message them. I'm sure they'll answer that question for you. But the new kiln is not here yet, so we're still waiting on it. Let me see here. I have trouble keeping up with these comments. My goodness, they just keep pouring in here. Minneapolis. All kinds of people on here watching. Crazy, crazy. All the people watching. Let me see here. Do I sell timber on the internet? We do not. How long do you air dry walnut before kiln drying it per quarter inch? I just air dry it till it's 20% or less. Depends on what time of year it's sawed. And I'm usually in no hurry to put it in the kiln. So if my walnut sits for 2 years before it goes in the kiln, I'm okay with that. I'm in no hurry at all to dry that stuff and get it out the door. The longer it air dries, the better. It's like having money in the bank, and the interest rate is pretty good. I need a new banister like the one. Send that over. Carolyn, we got me to spare. We've only got about 5 of these, honey. We can't send you one. One more. What are we going to have? I'll send you one of those. All right. The concrete slab, the extra one, I have not. Probably just stacked boards on there for air drying, probably. Steel 661 portable mill. Good deal. That's a good chainsaw right there. Steel is my favorite chainsaw. That's all that we own, actually. All right. Plenty of beetle kill pine around these parts. Hello from Colorado. The cats are all outside right now eating dinner. I can see them out here on the porch walking around, though. Let me see. My package is in the mail. It's just a prototype. Tell me what you think. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Mike. Dad is enjoying his retirement, and he's as busy as he ever has been. I'll tell you that. He's staying busy with me, and my mom keeps him pretty busy as well. The music and the videos, let's talk about that for a minute. I get people email me all the time wanting to know the songs, the set list, the artist, the list. I just don't have time. I spend probably, hold that thought. Mama Cat and Cabbage, hello from East Texas. Well, Cabbage is actually right out here eating dinner outside the window with Mama Cat. Mama Cat sleeps in the house at night. Cabbage sleeps in the garage. But I appreciate that because we have 9 cats and they eat a lot of food. I'll tell you what, that would go toward the cat food fund here because, man, they eat all the time. They're fat cats. They're lazy and they're fat. They lay out here on their porch. All they do is lay out there and sleep. Unless the video camera's running, then they aggravate me to death. But thank you very much for that. Y'all for Bravo Whiskey there. Appreciate that. I would recommend the steel chainsaw, the battery. It is really expensive, but worth every penny. If you can afford the nicer things, guys, like I say in these videos, get the nicer things. Get the diesel sawmill. If you're getting a tractor, buy the cab. It is just, if you can get those little fine things that make things so much easier, like a battery chainsaw. You know, expensive tools are expensive for a reason because they work well and they're nice to have. And if you can afford it, get it. We have a cat named Mama. It looks just like yours. Yeah, she's aggravating, that Mama cat is. Okay, the music. So I get these emails all the time that people want to know the songs. They'll ask me about a video 3 years ago. Who's that in that such and such video? Well, I don't remember. When I sit down here and make a video, I'll spend an hour sometimes just finding the right music for that video. Sometimes I don't even find it, and I gotta come back the next day because I'm real particular about the music here on the videos. And thing about it is, I pay for 1 or 2 different music services to use their music, so I'm not really required to give the details of the music because I'm already paying for it. You know, they're getting their end of it right there, and that's the way I've always looked at it. And if you're wanting to know, you know, what song is in the video, there's about 500 different free apps for your phone that you can put on your phone and play it while music's playing. It will tell you exactly who that is and where the song's at, and you can go find it. Because I mean, I could tell you on on the last video or two who sings the song, what the artist was in the song, but I don't know where to go buy it at, and I don't have time really to answer those emails all day long about music. I just don't have time. And that's not me being selfish or having an ego or nothing like that. I just do not have enough time to answer those emails. I just don't. All right, that's enough about music. Hope that kind of covers the music though. The barn, I've not even taken that thing down yet. It's still standing at my neighbor's farm. We'll get to that probably springtime. Well, there's my friend Amy over at the Sawmill Brokers. Good to see you there. Thanks for sharing our stuff on your Facebook page. I saw that the other day. Really appreciate that. I'm way behind here. Goodness. How much time do you spend performing maintenance on the sawmill? I'll do maintenance on that thing every time I'm up there. I'm either lubricating it, tightening bolts, checking the blade guide arm. It's a non-stop process there. Always checking everything on that mill. And one of the biggest reasons is it's got that big old 36 horsepower diesel on it. And there's so much vibration in that sawmill, stuff is coming loose all the time. It's just the way it is. The battery powered steel, I think, is a 12-inch bar, not a 16-inch bar. 1/4-inch pitch chain. I think the diameter of the chain or the guide rails 44 millimeters, I believe. It's a pretty small chain. It's hard to sharpen that little chain. It's so small. All right. I am way behind here on questions, people. If I miss your question, I'm sorry. It's hard to keep up with this stuff. And 3 people have got on here and hit the thumbs down. I'll tell you what, can't make people happy anymore, it seems like. Cannot make them happy. Let me see here. You trade in the badge for a sawmill. Can you explain? I was a cop and I traded in my badge because I did my sawmill full time. All right, let me see here. Always going to have haters. You're exactly right about it. It's just funny that people take the time. I could care less if you hit thumbs down or not on my videos. It actually helps the videos because it shows that people are interacting with your stuff. But it's funny that I have never in my life gone on YouTube and hit the thumbs down on the video. Even if I didn't like it, I didn't hit it. I mean, I just don't understand it. It's just kind of comical. But to think somebody got on here just long enough to hit the thumbs down, it's just kind of funny when you think about things like that. All right. Carolyn, you're exactly right. Okay, how is your transition to milling finance wise? I don't talk about my personal finances here or my money that I make. There's a few things in life I think you're better off doing. You don't talk about money, you don't talk about politics, and you don't talk about religion. And you'll never know my three aspects of that through YouTube. Ever. Because it's my own personal business here. I don't post it on Facebook or nothing like that because I don't want to know. I don't want to know yours, and you don't need to know mine. I think the world would be so much better off if everybody kept their politics in their shirt pocket right here. You don't need to know. I don't need to know what you're doing or what your politics are, your money, or your religion. Makes things a lot less complicated right there. A whole lot less complicated. All right, let me see here. Supplies for the meal. Yes, Killinger, we're live, and where you been, buddy? I've been waiting on here for 20 minutes for you. Let me see here. Where are we at on here? How do you square up your 2x4s after drying? I don't. I put them up green, and I let them dry where they're at. And that's why it's called rough cut lumber, and that's why I use green 2x4s most of the time. You let them dry, and when you look over there at them a few months later, they look like they're straight, and that's good enough for me. Most exotic wood you have milled, I don't know the answer to that because we don't have no exotic woods here. So I'm not sure how I could answer. I've never resawed any exotic woods. All right there. So such and such preference are good to go, huh? I'll just go ahead and block you there. You just got yourself blocked. Putting up that crap on here. All right. Like I said, this channel is about sawmills. It's about tractors. And it's about what we do here. That's all it's going to ever be about, guys. Sorry. All right. Your fence and gate, have you started them? I have not. I've got so many projects here, guys. I got to put in some French drain lines down at the around the house and down the lower fields for some better drainage for the farm. I got to get me a backhoe to get that done. I just got so many projects here to do, guys. So many projects. But the fence and the gate I need to do sooner than later for security reasons. Horsepower of the TYM, it is a 55 horsepower and it is a Coupe J engine, and I probably butchered that pronunciation. It's a really good engine though. That thing starts up every time and it is a beast. The gravel road is a must. You're exactly right there, Tim. I gotta get that gravel road going. Have I ever caught my beard in my equipment? I have not. Yet. It's getting pretty long though. It may happen one day. All right. Let me see here. Thanks, Amy. I'll find you a backhoe. I appreciate that. I'm actually working on that. I'm actually working on that one though, so hopefully I'll have one pretty soon. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate that. I've been kind of practicing on my pronunciation there on the name of the engine. Thank you, bud. All right. So I got my first sawmill in 2010. I drink Black Rifle coffee. I usually get the medium roast, but the Black Rifle Coffee Company. I buy it at the local gun store, actually. Those guys have some pretty good causes they give to, and I like supporting them guys. Let me see here. Help with the meal? No, Brian, I do not. When I do need help, my father comes over and helps. But I really appreciate the offer, though. Black Rifle Coffee is expensive. I agree with you, Josh. It is expensive. I will agree with you on there. It's kind of high. All right, Joel, there's another super chat. Thank you, sir. Joel, I'm probably Joel Bussey. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right there, pal. Really appreciate that, guys. Okay, her Black Rifle. Yeah, it's good coffee. It's stout. I like it. It is like I said, it is a little high, but it does good. Chris, if Killinger's still watching, Killinger sent us a comment there, bud. If you're still watching, that's the guy that makes my suspenders. Maybe he'll pop up in the comments here in just a minute. So we'll stand by on that suspender question. There he is, guilty. Killinger. That's the guy right there who makes my suspenders. He makes the sheets for my axes. He also makes leather belts. Now I buy them. I mean, he's not a sponsor or nothing like that. I buy my belts and stuff like that from him. But that's the guy. He's got a YouTube channel as well. And if you want some suspenders or something like that, go onto his YouTube channel, and that's probably the best way to get a hold of him because he's got a website as well. And I got way behind right there. Killinger's website. Killinger, type in your website there, buddy, and comment it, and I'll make sure it comes through. Hello, Joe. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that, guys. Because for some reason, YouTube does not let you monetize these live videos anymore. Not that I'm on here just trying to make money tonight or nothing like that, but that does help out. All right. No, I don't. People advertise those 10 by 10s and stuff for sale, but I've never got my hands on one. I'd like to resaw one, though. I think that'd be interesting. But getting back to the barn, it's on my neighbor's farm, and I got some equipment coming, some vital equipment I'm not going to talk about yet that's really going to help take that barn down. So I got some stuff coming for the tractor we're going to be using. That's going to be a huge project down there. And my buddy Tony down at Tony's Tractor Adventures, he's also on YouTube. You guys seen him on my channel before. He's going to be coming up here and helping me with that barn. He may bring one of his TYMs with him as well. We've not talked about that yet. But the barn is coming down sooner than later. As soon as that new equipment gets here, it's going to help us out a lot. So there's Fifth Wheeler. There's another super chat. That is awesome. I'm getting a lot of these super chats tonight. This is awesome. I appreciate it, people. It means a lot to me there. I hope I'm giving y'all something out of this video here, a little value. I'm trying to answer some of these questions, but I'm getting totally behind on them. Okay, did Killinger ever post his website on here? I don't think he did. So if you're still watching, Killinger, type in your website there so people can go check out your suspenders. Now, his suspenders ain't cheap. I'll just be the first to tell you. It ain't like your $20 pair of suspenders you get at Walmart. They're custom made leather suspenders, and they're about Killinger official. I don't know if that link will. It's not working on my end, Killinger. Tell you what, guys, go to his YouTube page, Killinger. If you go to YouTube, type in Killinger official or just Killinger, and go to his channel. His website's in his channel, especially his recent videos. But anyways, his suspenders, guys, they are quality handmade, and they're nice, and they will last you a long time. If you guys watch Buck and Billy Ray, he also wears those same suspenders. You can't beat them. Okay, I won't let you link the comments in the website. Okay. All right, so go to his YouTube page, Killinger Official, and his recent videos will have his website in there. All right, thanks, Brian. That's another good point right there. Touch his name in the chat. And Somebody was asking about help. I think it might have been Brian right there. I got totally off topic right there again. I'm okay on help here. Now my dad's retired. He comes over and helps about 2 or 3 days a week, which is hugely beneficial. Mesquite, I have not, but if you want to bring one up here, I would love to saw it, man. I'll tell you, that's some neat stuff right there. All right, let me see here. How about you use the extra concrete slab for a greenhouse? You know, I've been thinking about that because I got a lot of work to do in the garden pretty soon. I got to dig several trenches around the garden for uh let me see here. Let me get that off there. Got a low battery alert. I gotta get a different camera here. So there's a lot of prep work on the garden this year. We'll have the TYM up there doing some tiller work. I got a tiller to run behind it. That's gonna be really nice. And we thought about doing a greenhouse. I don't know if we're gonna do it this year or not. I have so many irons in the fire. It's pitiful. If you come up here and walked around the sawmill, I have a concrete pad ready for the kiln. I have 4 pallets of equipment that I've purchased in the past few months. I've not even got off the pallet yet. It's ridiculous, I know. But I've just had so much going on here. We've had a lot of family illnesses and a few family bad situations happen here in the past few months, and school was closed because of COVID. And gosh, we've had a hard time really getting things done around here. But we will. A wood gasifier, I have heard of that, but I'm not sure where. All right. Mr. Freaking Jeep, I did. I've not watched it yet, though, bud. I'll be honest with you. I will watch that. I have not watched it yet. The hunting to-do list, I don't even talk about on this channel, guys, because it's longer than that. I mean, I've got so much to do here. So much to do, but I'm very grateful that I have a lot of work to do, because I would hate to have nothing to do, put it that way, and I enjoy working. Let me see here. Roy, thank you. We will pray for yours as well. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right, so another super chat came through, and I totally missed this one. JERVRO. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your screen name there, friend, but I really appreciate that. And if you have a question, throw it in here and I'll answer it. I'll make sure I'm watching for it here, or one of the moderators will let me know. All right, let me see. A sawdust burner? I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. That sawdust is just so nasty when it comes off that mill. It's like baby powder. When it gets wet, it turns into like a weird glue substance. It's nasty. There's James. The moderator is here. Thank you, James. I'm glad to see you there, pal. That's James, our moderator. Got the tool right there beside his name. He'll help me keep some of this crap out of here. James, we've had a lot of crap on here tonight. A lot of political stuff and some other junk that we don't like having on here. All right, so sawdust burner probably not, but I am thinking about getting one of those outside wood boilers for your house, because we have a small swimming pool in the backyard for Bruno, and that would really help to kind of keep the pool warm and run your water heater and stuff through. And I'm really thinking about getting one of those this year. A wood boiler, pay for. You're probably right. You're probably right. I'll probably have to just dig a few lines for the. I need to do some more research on that. But I need to get one of those. I could really keep that thing going. Groff Bravo West. Yeah, the super chat thing on my end is even more confusing. I'm in Tennessee. Because if you do a super chat on here, your question like takes over my whole screen. I don't see nothing but that. So that's why I tell people, if you got something you really want me to see and answer here tonight, do a little super chat and send $1 or whatever you want to send, and I'll be sure to see that on my screen, because the other stuff gets kind of put on the back burner here. The huge log pile, sooner than later, I just got me some brand new chainsaw bars, and some of my big chainsaws you guys have not even seen yet. So there's gonna be a lot of large timber getting sawed up here pretty soon. The wood boiler industry. Lunch with Bruno at Subway. with Joe. Bruno was upstairs actually playing with his toys. When he gets downstairs, Joe, I'll show that to him. I really appreciate that because Subway is actually Bruno's favorite place to eat. He loves Subway. He calls it his fancy restaurant. Love his heart there. He loves going to Subway. He also loves Mexican food. All right. Let me see here. Well, good deal. Yeah, Killinger's got a good channel. He runs a Royal King tractor, an RK37, I believe. It's a Royal King, really good tractor. And it's really similar to my tractor, just a smaller horsepower. But he does some cool stuff over there. I like watching his stuff a lot there. And he makes some really nice leather work. Suspenders are top notch. Love them. And that's not a ad or sponsorship or nothing like that. I buy mine like anybody else. But go check him out. Cheapest saw for milling lumber? I don't know. I've never done any uh, cheapest. Are you talking about a chainsaw mill or a sawmill? When you talked about your round to do, you're right about that, Mike. My to do list grows every day. Every day. All right. Sawmill. Woodmiser has some small sawmills that run about 2,500. And you can't, and once again, this is not a sponsorship or nothing like that. Woodmiser doesn't sponsor me or nothing, but you can't go wrong with the Woodmiser sawmill. I've had three, and they're great sawmills. And even the smaller ones, I think you're better off getting a Woodmiser over the other brands, just because you're buying that brand and that name, and it's just a real good investment. And if you get tired of it, or if you run into a situation you need to sell it, you'll have no trouble selling a sawmill, especially a Woodmiser. I think they're 9 months behind right now on selling them. It's ridiculous. Mulch for your garden. I do some of it, but not all of it. The walnut, of course, we burn because it's harmful to plants. Pine and oak and stuff like that, I'll throw in the compost pile. Good answer. Okay, love the RK37. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, Mike Morgan ran the RK37 on his channel there for a long time. Let me see here. Good average wet bulb in the kiln. That right there depends on what you're drying. That's kind of a broad question right there because I run my drying on my lumber in my kiln is on a drying schedule particular to what species is in there, particular to the moisture content when it went in, particular to the thickness and the species. There's too many variables right there at all. There's no set really wet, and it's just I can't give you an answer on that. I'm sorry. It just depends on what you're drying. Let me see here. Carolyn, have dessert. We will have cookies. He loved Subway cookies. I appreciate that. They are far behind. You're exactly right about that. There's Killinger talking about his RK37. That's a great tractor. Okay. Let me see here. Don't forget the thumbs up. I appreciate how many people. 344 people are watching. You know, the video we done Friday night, the live video, has now got 12,000 views. The way this channel has grown is just amazed me. It's just amazing how much it's grown. It's February the 14th, and I've already got over 1 million views this month on this channel from past videos. It's ridiculous. I never thought it would get this size. It's pretty overwhelming, actually. It's hard to keep up with. Shadbark Hickory, I have not. I have not sawed one of those. There's Josh talking about his machine. It's the beard. You know, a funny story about the beard. I'll share it with you guys here real fast. We hooked up with a TV show production company in 2017. And they came down here from New York. And we did a pilot episode for about 15-minute little they called it a sizzle. And after it was over with, she told me I was talking to the production person, the head person I dealt with, and she told me, "Hey, I missed another super chat there. It didn't even pop up on this one." Okay, there it is now. Sorry. And she told me that they did a study, and one of the reasons they found me on YouTube is because they were looking for a person with a beard. Because they done a study and people that watch television and cable television. We don't have cable television. We don't have cable television in 3 or 4 years, I don't think. Our TV hardly never gets cut on. But they did a study and it showed that when people were scanning through channels, when they went to a channel and somebody had a beard, being a male, they stopped changing the channel. They stopped and watched it. So that's just kind of a funny thing I thought right there that they look for that because people like to watch people with a beard. I had a beard way before then. I had a beard way before YouTube, and I thought that was kind of funny though. But they come back after that and they talked to us and wanted to do a TV show, and I told them no. They wanted me to travel. They wanted to. They had a script. They had actors. They had none of it was real. It was a reality show, but none of it was real. And I'd get offers. I'd get 2 or 3 emails a month. And this is not me gloating or nothing like that from these different TV production companies and Discovery channels and all those people all the time want me to, be on a show or talk to them about doing a show. And they're all fake. Every one of them are fake. None of them are real. So I tell them no all the time. I got an offer last week wanting me to go out somewhere in Idaho and act like I was a homesteader with a few tools and see if I could go out and build a cabin. It made no sense at all. And they wanted me to act like I lived off grid. It's a bunch of, it's just crazy, crazy stuff. All right. But they're fun. I bet they are. I don't watch them. I bet they are. All right. I'm totally behind here now. There's the Harmless Farmer, guys. That's one of my favorite channels to watch. I just looked down. I've not met that guy yet, but hopefully I'll get up there and meet Andy one day because I want to run some of those giant tractors he's running up there. He's got a huge farm up there. But go check his channel out. He just hit 100,000 subscribers a few weeks ago. And I ain't going to give you any details about his channel, but if you go watch him, you will be impressed. Put it that way. The first video you watch of him, you'll sit back and go, I have nothing to complain about this. That's what I did. The first time I watched this video, I thought to myself, I'm never going to complain ever again. This guy does it, and he's got a lot more difficulties than we do, and he makes it look easy. A lot of respect to that guy. All right. Let me see here. All right. I think I'm caught up here. Yeah, go check. Yeah, leave this live and go check out his channel. He's got a heck of a channel over there. When I do watch I do watch YouTube, not a whole lot. I like to watch a lot of the large farming channels, and I love watching those guys process soybeans and just work those giant fields. And that's one of the guys I like to watch right there. I get a kick out of him. All right, 10 below in Michigan. My goodness, keep it up there. Shoo, that's too cold. All right, let me see here. What in the world is that? I can't even see on here. I need glasses. That's a saw. Okay. All right. I think I'm caught up here. Caught up on the super chats and go check out Kiln. That's one thing about a kiln. You gotta check that thing all the time, guys. Craftsman, the Craftsman, Tennessee, North Carolina. Do you watch Hitchcock? Yeah, if you're Bill, upstate New York, if you're talking about the gun guy, I watch him every once in a while, not all the time though. All right, hello there, Jackson. You have my attention. What time do you start every morning? I actually don't get up to Sawmill till about 9 a.m. actually, because I take Bruno to school at 8:15. And by the time I take him to school, come back home, pour my second cup of coffee, grab the cameras if I'm videoing that day, which is most days, it's about 9 o'clock actually. Carving, I have Chris. I like to carve wooden bowls with an adze and an axe and hand tools. And Well, I got one over here. It's a walnut. I can't get to it or I'd show it to you guys. But I used to show that on video, but nobody liked seeing it, so I quit showing it. Those videos didn't do good at all. But I love to carve little wooden bowls and stuff. It's nice to be in the shop with hand tools when you're around all that machinery all day running. It's kind of, it's a nice way to end the day. That is really coffee, actually, not chocolate milk. No, starting up the sawmill business and where to start. Market research. Look whatever your area that you're in and see what the need is, and go from there. Market research, and that's different from everybody. Good deal. A lot of people going over and checking out Andy's channel. That's awesome. All right, I think I'm caught up here. I sterilize lumber in my kiln at 150 degrees for 24 hours. I hold that for 24 hours. That gets the temperature of the wood up to 133 degrees, which is the proper temperature to kill any buds, present or egg cells, or larvae in your timber. So 150 for 24 hours, that gets your wood up to 133 degrees, which is the standard temperature to kill wood. After 24 hours is ended, I shut the kiln off, open up my vents, and let the wood naturally kind of cool off for another 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours. I kind of answered that like I've answered that 100 times before, because I get that question all the time. And that's a good question, though. Let me see here. Love the videos. Thank you for your efforts from Rhode Island. Well, thank you for watching up there in Rhode Island. Never been to Rhode Island. You've had some interesting features of the wood you have sawn. Do you allow tours? I do not for two reasons. The first reason is insurance reasons. I get people show up here a lot, which has almost become a problem to where I have to address that seriously in the future probably. But due to insurance reasons, I can't have people up here. If you trip and fall or something like that happens, or my insurance guy who lives down the road from me, drives by and sees people up here, he knows what my policy covers. It doesn't cover stuff like that. And number two is time. I just don't have the time. By the time I sawmill during the day, come in, have dinner at 5 o'clock. Excuse me. Yes, sir. Uh, Come in at night, play with Bruno, Fritos to bed, then I'm editing till midnight. There's no time left. There's just no time. Okay, let me see here. How do you build a kiln? By setup. I did a video and showed how I built my kiln. If you want, there's Bruno. Come here, Bruno. Look down here. Bend down. I can't see you there, pal. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
There's Bruno, guys. Best boy in the world making his appearance. You're going to Subway, it looks like, Bruno. Not tonight, but soon. Joe bought you a Subway, and Carolyn bought you cookies. All right, let me see here. All right there. Thanks, James. If you ask something as well and I don't catch it, James, my moderator there, my good buddy, he'll answer it as well there. Let me see here. How many years? About 15. About 15 total. Let me see here. All right. There's another. All right. Let me see here. I tell you, people asked about the editing, and people's asked me before why have I never hired anybody to do the editing for the videos. And the moderator there, bud, is if you do a live stream and you know somebody you trust, you click on their name, you make them a moderator, then they can have as much power as you do on this channel as far as deleting comments and stuff like that. So, my buddy James is a moderator, and Tim Fuller, retired with Wood, he is also a moderator on here as well. Had to redo his though because his wouldn't, the tool wouldn't show beside his name for some reason. Should be showing on there now. Uh, as far as the editing goes, it's kind of like playing music. You can't hire nobody to write your songs, or you can't have nobody play the music in your head. The reason I'm referencing music is because I've been a musician my whole life as well. So the editing is just kind of cutting. It comes as kind of your creative side. You couldn't give out this. I know other guys with bigger channels. They've hired people to do editing, and within a month or two, they bring it back home because that person can't duplicate their style. So it will always be held in house. I get questions as well about camera work, music, editing, and all that stuff. Everything here is done by me. I do all the camera work, the editing, the scenes, the music, the videos. 100% is all on me, every bit of it. Have a good one, Josh. All right, I think I'm caught up here. No, the drone operates itself. Actually, I got one of those drones that actually it's got the follow you mode on there, so I don't have to really fool with it a whole lot. If I'm driving the tractor around, or if I'm at the sawmill, or just doing anything, it will actually follow you wherever you're going. Makes it a lot easier. Okay, Epicel Music is where most of my music comes from. Let me verify that real fast. EPIDEMIS Sound. Epidemic Sound, or I can't pronounce it, my goodness. I'm from Tennessee, people. I can't pronounce all this stuff. Epa something sound right there. But that's where my music comes from. I pay those guys to use their music. So that's where 90% of my stuff comes from. All right, I am totally behind here. Appreciate that, Kenneth. I just learned something new about drones. Thanks. Yeah, that Killinger just wrote it out there. That's the place where I get my music at, and it's not free. You got to pay for it, guys. All right, there's my buddy Steve Mylan, one of the great truck drivers in this country. Thanks, Steve, for what you do, buddy. Appreciate you. You and your wife both. Good to see you on there, Steve. These truck drivers in this country are just as important as the healthcare workers and the cops and the firemen and everybody else. They don't get a lot of credit, and they should get it, guys. I tell you, good people, especially Steve right there. Known him a long time. Mike Campbell, it's about time, Mike. About time you got on here, Mike. Good to see you there. If air drying does the rate of drying slow in sub-zero temperatures, yes, yeah. Air drying in wintertime and stuff is slows down a lot. It's summertime and springtime it's a lot higher. And Asheville recovered? No, they have not. I've severed ties with those people over there. Well, the kiln is not a container, but I will tell you this about the new kiln. I got a new kiln coming, guys, and I'm not building it from scratch. Put it that way. You all will see it when it gets here, and I think you'll be pretty happy about it as well. Slabs on diagonal? I do not. I do not. I don't think that stuff scares me right there with grain direction. Shoo, I don't know if I want to do that or not. All right, Carolyn, have a good night. I told Bruno about the super chat, and we really appreciate it. Good seeing you there. All right, so about some people watching. Good deal. New kiln, nice. Yeah, the new kiln is coming. That's why we poured the concrete pad here about 3 weeks ago for the new kiln, and it is 4 times bigger than my current kiln. I will say that. Paving, Lord, no, that'd be too expensive. I will haul some rock in there now that I finally have a dump trailer, and I'll use the TYM to spread it out some. But I'm gonna make me a road back here. And I've been saying every year since I've lived here, I'm gonna put me a road to the mill. I've not done it yet. I'm probably gonna do it now that I have a dump trailer. Quarter sawn I have. I got multiple videos on quarter sawn wood. Well, my goodness, Sadie. There's my niece, Sadie, right there. Sadie Dreschner. Everybody say hello to Sadie. I can't believe she's watching this, actually. It's kind of funny she's on here. She just lives down the road from me. All right. An eye dry? Lord, no. I'm not getting an eye dry. You'll never see me with an eye dry kiln. I am not a big fan of those. I heard a lot of bad stories about eye dries. All right, there, Sadie. Everybody saying hello to you. That's my niece, Sadie. All right. On the eye dry thing, I know guys that run them. Some guys have good luck, some guys don't. And I've always run an all kiln, and it's worked perfectly every time. And the three guys that I admire most was Sawmills in the South. Two are in Georgia, one in Alabama. They all three run all kilns. Never had an issue. They've been doing it for years. So I will always stick with Nile. They make a good kiln. Really good stuff. I do wood turning, convert an electric smoker into a bowl kiln sterilizer. Good deal. That may work. All right. Thanks for making more. What drone do you? We use a Mavic Air. It's a Mavic Air DJI. About $800, I think, is what they run on Amazon. It's a good drone. Battery lasts about 25 minutes. You see here, let me see where I'm at here. Have you seen the Kiln Mark is building? Yeah, I have. I kept up with it. I've talked to Mark about that. Yeah, Mark's a good guy. That's not. That's live. You're exactly right. Well, in the summertime, we do these live videos out on the front porch. And when the new barn's done, I'm going to have some internet ran down there. We'll do internet down there as well. But a little too cold outside tonight, guys. I'm in the house. Okay, when I'm driving the TYM, my drone has a follow me feature, and it will actually follow me wherever I'm going as long as the battery's good to go. Henry, I do not. I need to do that, though. Just not enough time is my problem. I get emails and text messages from people sometimes with some of our slabs here. I should do that, just not enough time, it seems like. Not enough time. I don't run into many nails because most of my timber comes from loggers who get it from out in the forest. And they know what to look for. If they see nails or signs of metal in a tree, that goes to the pulpwood usually, or it stays out there and just gets left to rot more than likely. So I have pretty good luck with getting timber without nails in it. All right. Mavic is out of business. Well, DJI owns the Mavic Air, and DJI is still in business, so I'm not sure about that. Let me see here. Do I still have the Mahindra tractor? I do. The video of tables is great. Appreciate it. All right. So, how long have we been on here for? Goodness, 1 hour. I usually do about an hour on here. Thanks for the super chats tonight, people. I really appreciate that. Those help out a lot here. Because these live videos here, you can't monetize them or nothing anymore. It looks like they've. Okay, guys. All right, James is answering that. Thank you, James. I'd like to go up to Mark's place and actually video him running that circle mill. Is what I'd like to do eventually. I'd love to see that thing in person. David and Mary, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. $19. Thank you all very much. That means a lot to me. Okay, sub panel. I'm not. The sub panel actually is already installed on the other kiln. I'm just going to come off of that sub panel and run a 220 amp breaker to the new kiln. Let me see here. New Jersey. Goodness, I think I'm caught up here. I get so behind on these things. My goodness, too many people. There's all these comments and people watching. Been here for a solid hour. That's a long time to sit here and talk to people and keep up with this. This is Love Your Show. No, I don't cut any walnut rifle gun stock blanks. I've never got into that at all. Terry, about a couple hours. Depends on which way you're going. The TYM is great. I should have got that TYM a long time ago. Two things I really like about the TYM. The first thing I really like is the cab. I will never have another tractor without a cab. James, thank you, buddy. The second thing I really like about the TYM is the hydrostatic transmission. That is so nice for moving logs around and just doing loader work pretty much all day. Man, it's nice. There's no clutch to fool with, nothing to fool with at all. It makes for moving logs around. It's really good, really good. And the third thing I like about the TYM is the rear implement. You got your lever that raises your rear implement inside the cab. It has another one on the outside of the tractor, which is it's awesome. So if you're putting a box blade on or something like that, you go behind the tractor, there's your lever to move your 3-point hitch up and down with instead of going all the way back to your cab. I'm going to do a video soon because I'm about to hit 50 hours on the TYM, do a 50-hour proper review of the tractor now that I've got pretty used to it. And I'll go over all that stuff here because I'm about at 40, I think I'm at 47 hours right now on that tractor. So that's coming up very soon. You're exactly right, Tim. A good tractor is a must at the sawmill. And I have a new grapple for that tractor as well. I got to get that thing put on. Let me see. Carl, do you buy your coffee or hope? I actually buy the coffee grounds, actually. I'll go ahead and get those on the ground. But I don't do any kind of grinding or nothing like that. Let's see. We have the TYM 574. It's 55 horsepower hydrostat cab tractor. Great machine. That's something else, Andy, about the tractor. It's pre-plumbed for the third valve. So when you talk about tractors, people want a third function valve to run their hydraulics on the front end loader. Well, in a lot of instances, you have to install this whole entire giant kit, plumb it into your hydraulics. It's really expensive. Some guys sell it for about $1,000. Bruno, you cut that down just a little? I don't know what in the world he's watching over there. But those third function valve kits are extremely high. They're $1,000 for a lot of people, $600 to $1,000. With this tractor, it's pre-plumbed for that. So it's a small valve kit that you have to buy with the tractor. You install it on the bottom of the tractor. It takes you about 20 or 30 minutes or something like that. And you're done. You're good to go. You're up and running. It's a huge time saver right there for money and also for people who aren't really mechanically inclined. I like to think I'm pretty mechanically inclined, but if you're not, that'd be an easy install. Bruno, quit playing that, okay? It's coming through the camera here. I can't hear, honey. Thank you, bud. All right. Let me see here. I think I'm caught up on everything. Let me see. The EG100 I will be setting up sooner than later. It's ready to go, actually. The music I play, what I usually tell people is, I talked about it earlier, get you one of those free apps on your phone and you can play it and it will tell you what song's playing on the video. So that's all you got to do right there because I just don't have time.
Snap your finger, Dad?
Because I can't hear, honey. You're playing that really loud back here and I can't hear right here, okay? Let me see here. Anyways, on the music, I play Episound music. It's service I pay for, but there's free apps for your phone you can download, and it will tell you the song and artist about anything you want to find out. I use that app all the time. It's a free app. There's about 10 different kinds on the App Store. How often do you the burn pile? I'll burn that about once a month. Osage Orange came out okay. It's really, really heavy though, but it's come out okay on sawing. Probably a year or two on drying that stuff. It's really wet. Yes, the tractor is cutting up the ground. That's been going on for 2 years though. That's nothing new. I've had tire tracks right there for about 2 years, and but I will be getting some rock now that I have a dump trailer, and I don't have to pay people to haul it out here. I'll probably just have them dump it, and I'll take the TYM and spread it all around the sawmill. Yeah, it's not coming through on you guys, but it's all I can hear out of my right ear right now. He's playing some kind of cartoon back there. It's wearing me out. My guitar, man, I've been playing since I was 12 years old, and I'm 41. And am I 41? Yeah, I'm 41. I can't remember how old I am sometimes. And I don't play that guitar hardly anymore like I used to. Gosh, I used to play in bands. I played guitar, banjo, mandolin, piano, a lot of different instruments, and I just got away from them a few years ago about burnout, really more than anything. But I'll try to play more often though. I need to play more often, keep my skills up. 41, you're young. I do not feel young, put it that way. I have not, John. I've had a few offers from people, but I have not. All right, guys, I am going to call it good here. This is an hour long tonight. Super chats have been pouring in here. I really appreciate that. And a lot of TYM tractor questions tonight, guys. Like I said, if you didn't catch this earlier, I'm just about to my 50-hour service. I'll be ordering my filter, my oils and stuff here in the next few days. And that stuff comes in, we'll do a proper service and review of the tractor. I didn't want to do it until I got about 50 hours on it and got really comfortable with it. You too, Tim. Thanks for being the moderator. Slow Jam, what part of the state are you in? Another super chat there, Bruno. What do you think about that? That's awesome, ain't it? We are in Northeast Tennessee in a little county called Sullivan County, Tennessee. I'm about 5 minutes from Virginia, about an hour from North Carolina, and probably 2 hours from Kentucky. If you looked on the map of Tennessee, the top right corner, I'm in that top right corner in that area. All right, I appreciate the super chat there, Slow Jam. It means a lot. Thank y'all a lot. I send a lot of money to ETSU. I went to college ETSU, actually. I have ETSU. I spent a lot of time there. I spent a lot of time in college altogether. My goodness. Shoot, I felt like a career student there for a while. I was in college so long. Grandson is there. Well, that's a good school. You know, I got my degree from, I got one degree from ETSU, another degree from a technical school. Then I got another degree from a college down in Morristown. And I also went through the police academy down there as well. I was a fourth one. I got a bunch of degrees. I don't use any of them now. Kind of funny though. But roll Tide. You guys have been rolling this year. I'll tell you what, rolling all over everybody. Tennessee's terrible. But ETSU, good school. Grandson is there. Good deal. That's about 35 minutes from here. I keep about 10 blades ready to go. Let me see here. Mark, that wouldn't be a good comparison. The reason being right there, Mark, is his RK tractor is a whole size smaller than mine, a different transmission, I think he has a Yanmar engine on his, and a lot different features. So a comparison, I get what you're saying, and that would be interesting, but it would be more, it'd make more sense to do a comparison with my TYM to another tractor of of a similar horsepower. So there's Tony's tractor adventure. Tony, we've been talking about you there, pal. And it's about a 28 horsepower difference. So Carl's getting it, my buddy Carl right there. That's a pretty big difference right there. What we may do, maybe, is we could do a comparison, though, on the Mahindra that I still have and my new TYM. But here's a spoiler alert, the TYM is going to kill it on a comparison because the other tractor's got dust on it and the battery's probably dead, put it that way. So we might do a comparison right there because it is similar horsepower. The TYM's more horsepower, think about a 5 horsepower difference. Math is hard. You're exactly right about that, Carl. Math is hard. I agree with you on that. But Tony, that's my buddy Tony down in Tennessee. He runs a channel as well as tractors. He's got a sawmill. He runs TYM tractors also. And he'll be coming up here sooner than later, hopefully, to help me with a few things. So hopefully get him up here. But if you clicked on his name there, you can get on his channel and go check out his videos. If you're interested in a manual sawmill and how a manual sawmill runs, you can go check out Tony's videos because that's what he's running right now is a manual sawmill. And hopefully sooner than later, we'll have him in a nice hydraulic here. Hopefully sooner than later. Battery fun for the meter. I'd say it's what it's going to take. I'd say you're exactly right about that because thanks, Carl. I didn't think TOAM was related to those companies at all. And just for clarification there, guys, if it's something about TYM and Carl answers it, take it to the bank. He knows what he's talking about there. But yeah, battery fun for the Mahindra. That's funny right there. But we might do a comparison if I can get that thing running. And that will be a good comparison of a tractor in similar class, I guess. But like I said, that cab tractor, that hydro transmission, boys, it is hard to beat. I'll tell you what, it's hard to beat. Manual band mill. Yes, sir. You're exactly right there. I thought you were leaving there, bud. You're still in here. Might as well stick around a while. I was going to end this thing about 10 minutes ago when Tony got in here. Gave me a second wind. Here I'm still going. A 96 LT40 is the owning engine. What blade? I would probably pull a 4 degree 045 blade. Not a 055 because that thickness may get you, but the 045 double hard Woodmiser with a 45 degree thickness, 45 thickness on that. Do a 4 degree blade. I think you'll be good to go. The cats love the TYM. The cats, if you're looking for your cat and you can't find them, go look in your tractor. They'll be curled up in the seat. I gotta leave the windows and the sides closed all the time because they'll crawl in there every time. They love getting on that seat. That's why I put a seat cover over it, actually. They do get in there, they won't mess it up. Sawmill for a rookie. Gosh, that depends on your budget and what you need to do. And a Woodmiser sales consultant would probably be your best bet if you're looking for a Woodmiser. It really depends on your budget because they're all over the board. You can get a Woodmiser from $2,000 up to $70,000. It really depends on what you can afford. Okay, thank you, Bert. I appreciate that. Fresh air. You've been a breath of fresh air during these times. Well, I appreciate that. You guys have helped me out as well. I'll tell you that. Woodland mills, I have no opinion on them. I've never ran them. I don't know anybody that runs one. So I wouldn't be any good to you right there. If I don't have any first-hand knowledge of stuff, I usually don't comment on it. But there's a lot of those on YouTube. You may reach out to some of those channels that run woodland mills. I'm sure one of those guys will let you know what they think. Let's see here. We are caught up. We got Tony here. There's Mark. There's more cat food, Bruno. We got some more cat food coming in, pal. Mark is contributing to the cat food fund. We got 9 cats here. And we got like 3 strays that we feed that show up every night. Okay, Dennis, I think you're wrong about that as well. But if Carl's still here, he'll answer us on that. Okay, what's the oldest you milled to date? What species? I milled a red oak here on this channel back in December that was on the ground for about 6 years. And if you're still here as well, Tony, you may have the answer to Dennis's question right there as well about the engine. We have 13 cats, my goodness. But my MT Kester, really appreciate that. But a red oak was the oldest one. That was an old tree right there, and we're gonna beat that pretty soon because I got some red oak and white oak delivered here to the sawmill a few weeks ago that are older than those two. Man, these trees they're massive. They're so heavy, I'm probably gonna have to split them down the middle with the chainsaw to lift them off the ground. They probably weigh about 4 tons. You know, the lift capacity I think on my tractor is about 2,900 pounds, 2,900. Although I'm pretty sure it would lift more than that. I don't want to break nothing. But we will probably split that with our big chainsaw before we can get on the mill. But it's a giant white oak. And I'm going to quarter saw that bad boy, and it's going to be phenomenal. I'm looking forward to that. It's probably about 42-inch diameter. All right, Carl's answering the question right there about the engines. I got Tony and Carl here for the tractor questions. Got Tim, sawmill questions. This is awesome. I ain't got to answer hardly nothing. Let's let you guys take over. I'll just point everybody in the right direction. Can you do a lottery for any kittens? Lord, no. Bruno's raised these cats here. All right, here. I'm going to be moving to your neck of the woods soon. Do you sell lumber to the public? 48-inch poplar. Shoo! I'd like to have that. I'd have to split it to get on the sawmill. That'd be a nice one. I sell wood, but not a whole lot. Dad is helping. Yes, sir. Good to see you there, Richard. We do sell lumber here at the mill, but it's kind of sporadic. We usually don't take a lot of orders anymore. What I usually do, I saw stuff up. I show it to you guys. We do a lot of other things here, and usually I get on Instagram and I'll post that the kiln just got emptied, and the local woodworkers that I have a good rapport with, they'll come buy up everything. It's gone in 2-3 days. It's great. Get rid of it real fast. Works out good that way. Favorite wood to saw is black walnut. Number 2 is white oak when I quarter saw it. Timber King 1400 versus the Hudson. Don't know, buddy. I don't know anybody that runs a Timber King personally, the 1400. Well, I do. Guy across town runs one. But opinion on Timber King versus the Hudson. I don't know. I can advise you on the Wood Miser, but I've never ran those other 2 mills. I hate to tell you anything about them. Don't have any first-hand knowledge of them. The largest log you've ever put on your mill was a tulip poplar, 30-inch diameter, 20 feet long. Okay, there's some people talking about Timber King. Good deal. Quarter saw sycamore all day. That's good stuff to quarter saw right there. That's the only way to saw sycamore. If you flat saw or rift saw it, it's going to do terrible, terrible stuff. Local woodworkers that we can hook up for what they make. If you get on my Instagram, they're commenting on usually on my pictures, and there's several local woodworkers that buy from me. That's probably the best way to find them. Steel all day. Love steel. I don't own a husky. I've owned one husky, and it was a homeowner. It was not a good saw. Been sawmilling for 11 years now, and how did you learn? I learned by trial and error, by reading books, by going to sawmill meetups when they used to happen before COVID, and by getting on the forestry forum and reading, and not interacting, but just reading people's posts on there and learning from their mistakes, and patience and perseverance. That's the best way to learn sawmilling right there. And never be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. All right, let me see here. Okay, enjoy. If you're on Instagram, I put a lot of stuff on Instagram. I put stuff with the tractor on Instagram. I put little videos up with Sawmill stuff I never put on YouTube. I like posting on there. We have a Facebook page, but I don't post on there a whole lot. I like Instagram a lot better. Metal or bullets, very rarely, not very often, sometimes. My goodness, Bruno. We've been on here for an hour, and this is the longest one I've ever done, an hour and 20 minutes. Man, it's a long time to be on here talking. Okay, we're caught up with the super chats, and thanks for watching tonight, guys. Starting to lose my voice here, all this talking. Best metal detector, I have no idea. They make one for timber. I know it's about $1,500, but I don't know what it's called. Mark DeLacy on his channel, you may want to hit him up because he has one of those, because he runs a circle mill. It's very important on circle mills. Okay, person make good money with a manual mill. It depends on. It depends on how much money you want. That's a real hard question to answer. Good example. You got a manual sawmill. You want to make money with it. You want to do portable sawmill? No, you don't make no money doing portable sawmill. You want to do custom sawing for people, make money? No, because manual mills are too slow. And if you're going to try to make a living off of manual sawmill and doing people's logs, you're not going to make no money at all. The best way to make money with a manual sawmill is to saw out your own stuff, buy your own timber, kiln dry that stuff, and sell it. That's your best way with a manual sawmill. But I tell you, and this is coming from a person who owned a manual sawmill, get the hydraulic and thank me later. Man, it's so much nicer. So much nicer. Even if you're a weekend warrior, if you can afford it, if it takes you another year, man, I think I'd wait that another year and get that hydraulic. It's a game changer. It makes it a lot more enjoyable, a whole lot more. Redwood, I have not. Sure haven't. All right, so the chat has slowed down. But people are still watching. The super chats are caught up. I think we're gonna call it a night here. Let's see here. I couldn't imagine going back to a manual mill. I couldn't either. That would be hard to do right there. Very hard to do. Okay, I don't talk about my income on the channel. No offense there, Bert. Let me see here. Hello from PA. How's it going? All right, I'm just gonna call it done. And thanks for watching tonight, everybody. I'm gonna try to do these live videos every weekend, not two like this one. I did this as a test, just to try to figure things out, because I got really confused Friday night on what was going on, as YouTube keeps on changing stuff. Hello, Anthony. So at least on Friday nights, we'll do a live here from the sawmills. It starts getting warmer, we'll move back outside again. I like doing out there a whole lot better, actually. And with the new barns done, we'll start doing things down there. And but anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate those super chats, and thanks for watching this video and interacting with me tonight. And I'm trying to read these last comments, coming in here and talk to you guys at the same time. Hello, Jack. I didn't see you there, bud. Sparta, Tennessee. Hello, Doug. But anyways, in closing, thanks again. I'll try to end these things, but it takes me 10 minutes to end it sometimes, because I keep on trying to answer you guys' comments coming through. So, a lot going on this week. Sawmilling, some tractor work, and some barn raising, and some putting the metal on the barn. So hopefully we'll have the metal on that barn by Thursday, because I am sick and tired of not having the roof on that building. I'm telling you, it's been a long time coming. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for the super chats. And I'll do this about 4 times in a row as I lose train of thought. So everybody have a good evening, and we'll see you back here sooner than later. Bruno, you want to tell everybody bye? He's on his little scooter. He's this little scooter. He runs around the living room in all the time. He loves this little scooter here. You passed your test. All right, guys. Thanks to Tony's Tractor. Thanks to Carl for being here. Really appreciate seeing you here tonight, Carl. That means a lot to me. And everybody taking part here with us. Y'all have a good evening. We'll see you here pretty soon.